Dun, 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 dun. Why isn't the stream working? Oh, it is working. What? Why? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stream, that's why. Ah, okay. Cool. Bum, 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 bum. So I just had a poutine. As you can see in my stream, I currently have a poutine and a burger. I have not eaten my burger yet. I'm gonna do that in a little bit. Bum, bum. Alright, I'm just gonna be in like a specific Discord that I'm normally in. Oh, there's a fair number of players. I like this. Oh my goodness, that's a character I've never seen before. Person on my left here. I'm glad this picks up my mouse, so I can just point towards what I'm looking at. Never seen that character. So I'm not really sure if I want to go for sequences or probably go for triplets. Pong. Someone has a Pong. They're keeping it as a pair. Pong. I mean, they could be keeping it as a pair, or they could have like two sets of sequences. Could be even just one sequence, actually. I wasn't paying attention. Where's... I don't have a win condition, right? Yeah, I don't. There are no Yakus, so because these are sequence tiles and these are not sequence tiles, on top of the fact that these it's an open hand, and I have a terminal tile here, I'm looking to turn this into a triplet, a triple. Probably discard one of these tiles. So Fruity 10 just came up, and that's because I let a 3 circle go away from this, but I don't have a Yago, I can't win anyways. So it's like, basically, it's just telling me there's a second non-win condition in my hand. Which, I don't really care. not trying to make either of these my win condition right now. I just want to... I can't even take this as a triplet anymore. I just realized. So I need someone to discard one of these. Or me draw one of these. I'm in a pretty tough spot. I mean, my only saving grace is the fact that I'm technically in Tenpai. Because technically, these could be... This is basically a hand where pieces are there, but I'm lacking a win condition, which is a Yaku. So... but for Tenpai, it doesn't matter. If we exhaust the draw, nothing matters. I'm waiting for this tower right now, which doesn't seem I'm going to be able to get. Now we draw another pair here. That would be best, but it doesn't look like it. It really doesn't look like it. I'm fine with exhausting this hand, I'll be honest. I didn't play Concealed, which I normally do. A Concealed hand is my favorite way to start playing. It's a little bit slower, but I'm most familiar with it. I've been drawing mainly Mon tiles for tonight for this hand too, so I could have done nice several sequences with these tiles, but if we discard this now, it's too late. I'm not going to get another draw, so... Ooh. Fancy. That's okay. 2,000 points. I'm not scared yet. What am I looking for here? Getting rid of these two. Work on probably my pin tiles, is my guess here. You don't remember dominoes being this hard? I don't remember being ever knowing how to play dominoes normally. Zenon, and welcome to the stream, buddy. My only experience with dominoes was like, you know, you line them up and you tilt them over, right? But apparently there's actually a dominoes game where you could use the numbers on the dominoes themselves, and you connect them in a way. Like, I've seen it played, but I've never understood the game myself. Okay. So one of the things here is I really want to keep a consistent set. So in this hand, pins. It's unfortunate that I have Mon tiles that already looks really nice. This looks really nice, by the way. 4367. I mean, this already gives me away, saying like, oh, this person is not playing soul tiles. But that's fine. I'm not playing soul tiles. I just happen to be drawing a ton of them. And my hand start out with 9 and 4 only. Look at that, a sequence right there. Okay, hopefully this helps. Which it does. So right now I'm thinking I'm going to discard these tiles because I want to finish up the sequences I have here. This isn't really a pair that I want to keep. I have a sequence made like this. So I can discard this, and I'll discard the other one because I don't want it. I don't want it. I'm going to discard this as well. I'm not planning to get a triple of any kind with this hand. I mean, it looks nice, yes, I get that. Especially like, you know, the 9 tiles, which I can't get anymore, but it's fine. Now this hand looks even nicer, like compared to before. This hand looks way nicer already, at least in my opinion. Yeah, getting too many pairs is not good for me. I'm probably looking for like a 6 tile here, a 6 pin, or even a 4 pin, a 6 or 4 pin. So that's a 4 pin there. Alright, fair enough. I'm in a pretty solid 3rd place right now. Not bad. Okay. So there is a specific hand here where if I go like winds and dragons, plus a single color, suit, tile suit. So whether it be just only bamboo, which looks pretty likely right about now, actually. I mean, 2, 3, 6 looks great, yeah, but I have so many more soul tiles here. I call them bamboo, by the way, and that might just be me. Maybe other people will call them bamboo tiles as well. But in Riichi Mahjong, they're called soul tiles. But I like calling them bamboo tiles because they look like, because I've always called them bamboo tiles. So old habits die hard, I guess. So my idea is just like sequence these out of here. Not sequence. Triple these out of here. So when people discard them, I'll just get a triple. I'll just call it. Discard these, and then I can have a single suit hand here. Because so far, my hand's I've been drawing a lot of nice tiles. And that's my first not nice tile in my draw. And I say not nice because it's not building towards the hand I'm looking for as my win condition. Like, all these tiles that I've drawn so far has been working towards my win condition. Just like that. Perfect. Alright. So now we just need to triple these call tiles and get these out of the hand. So I'm not going to be using this because it's only a single tile. Maybe I'll draw the others, but at this point I have pair, pair, pair. If I draw a couple more pairs, I can actually win with 7 pairs. Well, would you look at that? Would you look at that? 7 pairs. I called it. It's a 7-pair hand. So now I'm just waiting for the 7-pair to appear. So for my wait call, I hovered over the tile to see what I was waiting for. If I just discarded the 9 tile here, I was waiting for a 4 bamboo, which this person to my left has already discarded by the time I was calling Riichi here. Which means there was only 2 tiles left between everyone's hands, but with this person calling it, there's actually only 1 tile left, which makes it even rarer. It would be considered a single tile wait, which is terrible because someone could use that as a sequence in their hands, right? They could keep it for that purpose. I want to take a tile that people most likely aren't going to try to keep, and the fact that this also has 3 tiles left in the game, which is great. As for the 4 tile here, it's entirely possible that it's a dead tile wait, which means that there's no chance of me getting it, which is terrible. Because you're calling a win condition you can't get. Oh, okay. And with it just so happened that I would have gotten a sumo, a self-drawn win if I kept the four bamboo tower here. So technically, I did a wrong call, but that's a result based. That's a result based analysis. Technically speaking, keeping this should, in my opinion, by the numbers, isn't exactly the wrong call here. But because there's three, right? There's three over one. Simple mathematics here. I don't know. Dramatic music, yo. Lustian Glutos. Hey, welcome, Lustian. Welcome. I'm not doing much. I'm just playing some Mahjong for tonight. And having food. I'll take it. That should put me in a pretty solid second. Unless I don't know what is my hand worth. A fair bit. 12,000. How am I doing? Doing wonderful tonight. And look at that, I've been rocketed to first place in my match so far. Not bad. I've lost all last already? Man. Didn't realize how quick this was. It's 4-player East. Yeah, like, my style isn't really fast. It's actually pretty slow, all things considered, so... Hey, hello, Ozzy. I'm playing some Mahjong Soul. I'm streaming it as well, by the way.
Hell yeah, I'm also streaming. I decided I would ambush you.
Nice. I'm welcoming the ambush because I joined the chat, right? So I was expecting ambush sometime soon.
I saw you sitting there alone. I was like, hold on, you're gonna stream Mahjong Soul and you're gonna be in the VC. You know what? I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, I mean, for me it's 12:45 a.m. It's past midnight.
Yeah, I get it. No, for me it's 10:47 p.m. Well, anyway, I'm gonna go send you a picture of some cake. You ready?
Sure.
I'm posting in voice text chat.
Wait,
hold on. I'm actually gonna crop it real quick. Give me a second.
Is that Black Forest?
I don't know what it is. My grandpa made this. It's homemade cake.
Oh, it's a chocolate cake then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He said it's the first cake he's actually made. It looks good. I haven't even taken a single bite out of it because it looks so good.
Honestly, it looks like what I know that name to be like Black Forest. It's a chocolate style cake. It's like triple layered chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if it's like homemade, it's probably just your traditional chocolate cake, which is really well made looking. Welcome, Tonks. Sure.
I haven't even showed my viewers the picture. Because I was like,
Oh no, honestly, you're going robotic on me, friend.
oh no. Hold on, let me just put up the cake.
All right.
Do I sound better now?
Slightly. Do you know what's causing that? Where you just go full on robot?
Oh, it's RTX voice kind of messing up because of CPU.
I see.
Okay, I put the cake picture in my stream. Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna be eating this cake while I draw.
Can I
Hey, there are people watching. Hey everyone.
Hey everyone on Aussie stream. Hello. Can they hear me?
Hi. Yeah, they should be able to hear you.
Oh, perfect. You're gonna be very quiet on my stream because I have my desktop audio set to very low.
Oh no, I actually separated the Discord audio from the desktop audio using voice meter. Yeah, for those of you who aren't aware as to what's going on right now, I decided I was gonna hold a art stream, but then I had Kate next to me and I wanted to tell someone. And Tsubasa happened to be in the VC at the Iron Lion server, so I thought to myself, he's playing Mahjong Soul, I'm gonna ambush him with some cake.
I also have voice meter, but I haven't tinkered with it yet, so I don't really care.
I can always help you out with the whole voice meter thing.
Yeah, my friend is like well versed in it, and he got it for me. because I couldn't for my life get to work, and he was just like, "Oh, let me help you."
Yeah, yeah. No, I just I ended up being told about it back when I was hanging out in the Dream server.
Mm-hmm.
So someone told me about it, and I was like, heck yeah, I understand this fully now. But anyway, I should be starting the art stream at some point soon. Come on, let me just get a single bite of this cake because this cake is looking seriously good.
All right. Yeah. Enjoy it, dude. Hope everyone's having a wonderful evening or a wonderful day.
I don't normally eat sweets. This is so good. Someone went to this wrong stream link. I should change my thing about my profile. Because people will go to the profile first instead of going to the share your stream channel.
Mm-hmm.
So I should probably do something about that at some point soon.
Okay.
Oh yeah, another thing. Aside from drawing tonight,
Mm-hmm.
I also should be organizing the Project Winter Club.
Mm-hmm.
Because someone has handed me their someone has put their trust in me to organize the next Project Winter Club.
Hey, another new person.
Saturday, but we definitely have to have a set time because Appreciate is playing something else for a minute before that point. Yeah, it's gonna be this Saturday. I'm definitely gonna have a free day. So that's why.
Impromptu collab with Oz. Yes, we currently have an impromptu collab where we're just talking to each other. That's pretty much what's happening.
Yeah, this is like an impulse collab.
It's one of those things where I'm fine with. Like, I don't know how people are like about it, but I like to just pull people randomly, or have people just randomly drop in.
That reminds me.
Mm-hmm.
Did I give you my graphic?
Your what?
Like the transparent image of my character.
No.
Okay, good. Let me snatch that real quick.
Yeah, I can add you to the stream right now.
Oh, right. You're playing Mahjong Soul.
Yep.
I'll post in voice text chat in case you do have the time.
No. Alright, that's it.
Let's see you try. I want to see you try, Case. I have a lot more confidence in myself.
Ozzy.
What's good, buddy, old pal?
Alright. Thank you for your PNG.
Yeah, no, I can't wait to see you try. I feel a lot more confident in myself for my ability to do it. I don't know. I just have this.
Oh, welcome. Welcome, Shadow Meister Music. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for the follow. Ozzy Avatar. At source.
Okay. I'm gonna go draw.
Alright, there's my good friend Ozzy right there, everyone. Take a good look at him.
Yeah.
Take a good look at him.
Hey everyone.
Yeah. This is creepy? That's not creepy, is it? You're right behind me.
Wait, you behind you?
This isn't creepy at all, right? This isn't creepy at all? Hope it's not. Your thing is going all wonky again. Your voice. It's falling apart. The illusion is falling apart. Tell Ozzy, Lusty is inspirating me instead of you. Be grateful. Standal. Neck breathing.
Okay, do I sound better now?
Yes, you do.
Okay, so I see what the problem was. For some reason, I checked Task Manager, and RTX Voice had its priority at below normal.
Ooh.
For some reason.
Do you win? Ron, kill me. I knew it.
Oh my god. Alright, well, I'm gonna go find your stream so I can see what it looks like.
Do I want to play defensively here? I don't really think so. I think I'm fine. I can take the Mongon hit, 12,000 points down the drain. I mean, I did link my thing in the share your stream section. Yeah. Oh yeah, the stream delay on YouTube is pretty whack.
Yeah, no, I realize that YouTube stream delay is. You can only get it as low as 5 seconds. Oh my god, you do have me behind you. Wait, am I a stand now?
Stando. You are my stand, Ozzy.
Lusty is pestering me instead of you, be grateful. Oh, that's cute.
It is.
I could do better, but I haven't taken my
I could do better, but it's 1 a.m. so I don't want to be loud.
I get that.
What's his skill? The best drawer you'll find around here. Stream delay on YouTube is horrible sometimes. It's horrible almost all the time. It's not even sometimes, Tonks. It's like almost all the time.
That way people have something to work out on.
Most of the time, yeah. There are times where it can be good, but more so than not, I've noticed it's pretty bad. You know what I've noticed just now? The players I'm matched up against, they're all using Chinese for their name. I'm up against the Chinese players tonight. Oh boy. Oh, unfortunate. Someone lost connection. I do like how in this game, when you lose connection, the game just instant discards your draw tile. It doesn't like kick you out of the game or anything.
I decided I'm gonna annoy the both of you.
Wait, who annoying who?
This is truly a fate worse than death.
How would one annoy?
Lucian hopped on my stream and said, 757, I decided I'm gonna annoy the both of you.
Yeah, no, that's good luck. You know what I say? I appreciate it. Best of luck to annoy either of us. I welcome it. I welcome it.
You don't. I was bothering Sabasa, but you don't deserve peace. I love that. I love that. Holy shit. I like that. I like that.
This is great. My hand is kind of coming together. Let's discard this. 4, 6, 7, 8. Ooh, actually, I could discard this and I should be in Yorichi. I just need to finish one of these two sequences. So I'm going to be helping the two of you. I see, I see. Listen, don't worry. I heard over from Ozzy what you're doing to us. I appreciate it.
No, it's like, why choose one over the other when you can destroy both of them instead?
Ooh, okay. That doesn't look like that big of a hand. Yeah, it wasn't. If that was like a another Mongon, that would have been pretty dangerous. I think this hand also goes for sequences. I know I have I have like a triplet here, but it's fine. Yeah. Oh, I should have kept that. I should have kept that. well, came back, so fair enough, I suppose. So the reason why I'm keeping this is I can force a sequence here and keep this as a pair, and then I can just discard these two. That's my thought on it. Ricci. So this is actually a very small hand because I'm keeping a sequence here while everything else is a sequence. But I'm dealer right now, so it's whatever. Ozzy is eating cake and don't plan to share some with you. Nah, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, he's been showing me the picture. In fact, I don't really want cake at this point in time, listen, because I just had a poutine and I have a burger next to me as well. So, I have. Mm-hmm. 5 a.m. Listen, look at my time. Look at the clock above chat, friend. It's 1 a.m. for me. Although I did have my poutine at midnight, and I still have my burger that I haven't eaten yet because I'm currently a little full. So I'm planning to eat that maybe around 3 a.m. Something like that. Alright, let's take this picture of your cake. Cake. Aussie cake. Thank you for the win. Give me back some points.
Wait, did you have the food there on your screen in the first place before we started talking?
My food, yeah.
What a coincidence. I didn't even know that you had food there, and just by coincidence, you just ended up having someone talking to you about food.
Aussie cake. That's yours. It is late. I'm not planning on sleeping much tonight, if at all. That is Aussie's cake. Let's move this. Oh, it's covering all. Alright. Currently, cake is streaming. Don't worry about it. Don't mind that. There. Ozzy is now eating his cake. I took the cake JPEG you gave me, and just yeah, and I shoved it into your face. Let me pop up your stream so that I know what's happening on your end too. Alright.
There ain't enough ice cream on that cake. There was no ice cream, it's just frosting. I should have gotten ice cream. I was really tempted, but I don't think I have the stomach for it because I've eaten a lot today. I love having ice cream on my cake, but I know my stomach is not going to handle that tonight with how much I'm eating. This isn't stress eating. This is, what do you call it?
Being a gluten.
Like I'm eating because I am like extremely
Excuses. Excuses.
Look, I'm just in a really good mood right now. I'm in a really good mood right now, and I'm eating because of that.
I just want to point out that one of the reasons why people like icing is because it's pure sugar.
I don't really like icing as much as I like ice cream on top of it.
Oh, ice cream. Ice cream is it's not bad. Yeah, not bad.
No, I love having ice cream. Like, kind of get it because I know that my stomach's not good. No, you want to know the reason why I'm like really happy right now?
Go for it.
The reason why I'm happy right now is that I finally got my first paycheck, and it paid so well.
Nice.
I have money, and this is the reason why I'm actually able to attend like Winter Club. I actually have the funds for it now.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm like really ecstatic right now. I am in such a good mood because I have money in my wallet. spoken like a poor man. I realize I'm speaking like a poor man.
They say money can't buy you happiness. Well, I argue back. Money can buy me happiness.
No, money. If you give me money, I'll be happy. I mean, if I work for it, yeah, I'll be happy.
One thing, Ozzy's voice is so quiet though. Yeah, no, don't worry. Yeah, that's entirely on purpose. What am I discarding here? 0 left. 3 and 3?
Am I that loud? Oh wait, no, it's your desktop opera.
Yeah.
No, I'm actually that loud.
So the reason why Ozzy's so loud is because I have my desk audio is set to really low, and that's just kind of how it plays out. That's also, it also keeps my music in check, because on my end it's pretty loud, but for other people on the stream it should be tolerable. Hey, I countermon Gundam.
Do you have it on blast?
It shouldn't be blast. I'm using headphones, so there's barely any difference.
I'm talking like with the volume of the music in your on your end, the music you're listening to, because it could be bothersome for others. Is it like what, on blast or something, like high volume?
No, I like in game I keep the volume as quiet as physically possible.
Right.
Without muting it.
Yeah, I get that. Trying a VTuber design for my partner to make them stream with me. Heck yeah, I actually wanted to do that with a partner I was supposed to start VTubing with, but she's very hesitant, and she also has a bit of a busy life with going on vacation with her family. So she was gonna be her design was really unique, and I helped contribute to it. The whole thing was that she would have she would wear a mask over her face that looked like a beetle head. Oh, fucking follow sound. Arkinesis, thank you for the follow. Holy shit, I did not expect to be scared by follow sounds again after last night. Someone made follow sounds really scale last night because they just wanted to jump scare me so badly so often. Boo, motherfucker. I'm not playing Outlast, but I'm still getting spooked. I'm getting spooked outside of Outlast. What the fuck?
Alright, you've entered the on edge territory. I see.
The on edge?
Yes, you're at the edge of your seat every moment of your life now. Welcome, because you're not leaving.
Wait, only now? I've always been sitting at the edge of my seat.
It's a phrase.
I'm joking!
It's a phrase. Oh my god. Literally everyone left in my game.
Wait. All your opponents just fucking left.
I literally won so many times in a row. They left the game. All three of my opponents have rage quitted.
Just like, oh yeah, no, we're not playing this. I'm not gonna waste my time here.
How do I get out of this
You
game?
get better from this experience, but I'm not gonna waste my time here losing to this guy.
I've never experienced this before, where all my opponents rage quit. I've legit never experienced this before.
Do you still get experience for someone rage quitting?
What do you mean by that?
Like experience from the game?
Yes, because it's based.
No, the match was never even won.
Because it's based on the point. It's still based on your points, right? Because it's reaching
okay,
Mahjong.
So if people quit, you still get your points out if people quit, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
It's,
okay.
it's still score because it's still score based after all. It's not like the score based thing disappears.
Yeah, I was wondering because I don't play enough PvP games to.
Right.
I'm not a PvP person, but I do it anyway.
Gosh.
Dude, I saw the Iron Line server of how people are talking about doing a voiceover collab.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, hell yeah, I totally want to join in on this. Like, voice acting stuff is like fucking jam. No, I ended up doing some karaoke last night after I finished playing Outlast.
I see.
For some reason.
Oh my god, a person came back. That's so funny. Are you trying to understand Mahjong? I result zero comfort. Don't worry about it. I said to everyone that drops by, and they're always like, I don't understand Mahjong. It's not a game that you're going to like instantly comprehend everything, right? Although it looks complicated, I think the easiest.
I've gotten a little bit of a grasp on it ever since we had that match, by the way.
That's kind of the point. You play it once. That's all it takes to start having a slight comprehension of the game.
Oh no, what happened was that, oh no, I'm talking about since we had that match. I mean, like, I actually picked up Mahjong Soul on my phone, and I played it a little bit at work, so I could actually, you know, read up on the rules and stuff from things.
I mean, that's a big thing about the game, like, reading the rules, because that's, like, the base, you kind of understand, and then after understanding, that's when you can start building on that experience. I'm scared.
Oh, I know. You know what? I actually have a horror game in plan for the next horror game I'm going to play. It's going to be Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, and I'm going to hate it.
Oh, have
Resident
fun.
Evil 7 Biohazard.
Have fun, dude. I'm always down to play horror games, but it's not one of those things where I'm excited about it.
Right. No, for me, I've only become excited about it because I've impressed myself with Outlast. That's the whole story behind why I'm into it now. Like, I wouldn't have been, I wouldn't even be into horror games if it weren't for the fact that I actually took the chance to play Outlast for the past 3 days. Because I also had the art stream in between the Outlast sessions.
Mm-hmm. Oh man,
Yeah, they really enjoyed it.
I'm almost done my soda, dude. Sad days.
Oh yeah, fucking Yuma, Itsuki, and someone else rated Milk Drops. Those three rated my channel last night.
Oh, nice.
I was like, holy shit, you guys are here! What the fuck? They just started screaming, "Fear the felines! Fear the felines!"
They're saying that to.
Like, oh my god.
I love how they're saying that to a fellow feline. Personally,
No,
horror
I
games.
totally should have brought up midstream. I was like, I too am also a feline. Fear the feline. Did they watch me succumb to gravity? No, as far as I'm aware, whenever they rated me, it was whenever I was running away.
That's
from
nice,
the guy with
Tonks.
the,
That's really nice. I'm no good at horror, personally speaking.
No, you know what? I would have said the same thing. I would have said the same thing because if it weren't for myself streaming Outlast, I would not have lasted an hour in that game. Because I was streaming, I had felt that pressure. So I was like, I have to do this for the viewers.
So I have a friend who has a VR set, right? So, me and my other friends back in the day, we would go over to his house and play some VR. And one of the VR horror games that I played literally made me drop to the floor in fear.
I know.
When
am I compiling my clips of horror? Oh no.
It was so instantaneous that everyone was like, what? Because it was nothing but just raw fear from me.
Yeah, I get that. Especially in VR. I get that.
Man, never gonna experience something like that ever again.
You know, that reminds me. I at least have PSVR. That's the only kind of VR I have at the moment, or can at least afford to use at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
I could at least stream that at some point. I do have what?
You know what? I say I say I'm never gonna experience that again. That's an absolute lie because I've experienced that the
Yeah,
other.
because you're totally gonna push yourself into it regardless.
Well, no, the other day, Potato scared the life out of me by sending me one of those creepypasta videos. Not creepypasta. It's like a video with a jump scare at the end of it. It was like
I gotcha.
it was like one of those unexpected things too. Where it's like the video, when you look at it first, it's like, oh, if this chair didn't move, then the man would have got crushed. And it had like arrows pointing toward things, and then you see like the chair slide away on screen.
Oh no.
And then
I hate those.
so the chair's sliding away, right? And then the man walks and chase after the chair, and then you're waiting on how they're about how like you're expecting the like the ledge to fall, right? Because that's what the video was originally about. That was the focus of the video.
Yeah.
And then you're waiting, and then boom! There's this guy with like the face that's supposed to be like scary and all that, shows up on screen, and then just starts like death metal screaming in your face for like 5 seconds.
Metal screaming.
And it's like one of those horror, cheap horror type scream scares.
Jump scare.
Yeah,
I get you.
I screamed
It's like
for. I screamed for 1 whole second. It was because I clipped it. I timed it for a whole second. I just screamed.
Yeah, I get you. That's like, was it kind of like the same old freaking cheap jump scare sound, like the one that would be in the Impossible, the Impossible fucking maze, scary maze game, the scary maze game.
Never played that.
Oh, it was like this old Flash browser game where you just moved your mouse inside the path line, and it just gets tighter and tighter as you progress through each level. And there was a level of which, regardless if you won or lost, you still got jump scared. Yeah, that is some real retro shit as well.
I see.
The scariest maze game.
I see.
Yeah, no, I was put into that because I was living with my cousins, and they loved poking fun at shit, and they wanted to see me just tremble because I am apparently hilarious to look at being scared to them. So they put me into playing this scary maze game. I was like, oh no, I don't want to be attacked by Chuck Norris, because apparently for some reason kids had to be scared of Chuck Norris at the time. Early 2000s was weird. But
Scared of Chuck Norris? Everyone loved Chuck Norris. What?
There's a difference, because there became a divide about Chuck Norris because everyone loved Chuck Norris, but then they would make memes about how Chuck Norris could do all this and that. So there were some people that were actually legit scared of Chuck Norris being around because of what everyone kept saying about him, about how he'll come to your house and kick you to death.
So those people are crazy because
they are crazy.
Because Chuck Norris as a kid, Chuck Norris to us was essentially what Superman is to others, comic book nerds.
He was Superman. It's just the fact that he had a bunch of assholes that twist the story around just to get others scared because they take enjoyment in that. It's the early 2000s in America. That's how teenagers work.
No. That's how Americans work. I'm gonna put this point straight. That's how Americans work, and we don't operate the same up here.
Yeah. I say. Wait, are you not in America?
I'm Canadian.
All right. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I grew up in America, where a lot of things just are just fashion and don't make sense to others.
Yep. I said I was gonna eat my burger at 3. I'm like picking out my burger right now. It's not remotely close to 3 a.m. yet, but it's okay. I'm preparing myself.
Prepare yourself.
Spitting facts.
Prepare yourself.
It's only the truth, whether or not it's facts. It's whatever. I won't say. Fries? No, it's a burger. It's a burger. I've had a poutine. No, I've Tonks in chat was like spitting facts. I'm like, yes. No, but no. Oh, I'm scared. My match is scary. Help.
Hey, did you park the car back?
Hmm?
Did you park the car back? Oh.
My opponents are scary tonight.
Your opponents are scary.
Yeah, dude. They know what they're doing. I'm in bronze.
Like, oh no, I'm pit against people who are competent. I'm pit up against competent people.
I'm in Foodie 10, keeping this tile, so I'll discard it. Alright.
Can you imagine fighting people who are competent?
So a quick explanation for anyone who is paying attention and understands what happened to me just now. Why didn't I go into Ricci? And it's because I literally can't win with any of the tiles if I went into Ricci with this hand. And why is that? It's because my win condition going to Ricci with this draw was when one of them was take this, yeah. So one of them was the one pin tile, but I discarded that. So because I discarded it, I'm not allowed to win with it. And that is in Ricci Mahjong, it's called Foodie 10. Basically, hey, since you discarded it, this any win condition that allows you to win with this tile, you're not allowed to win with that win condition. Thank you. Burger.
So Nila Cody is streaming. I'm gonna go into her chat room and say, yo, what's up? Just gonna go bother every single one of the Iron Lions who are streaming at this very moment, because I think that's just funny.
That's funny.
She's playing Firewatch, it seems. I don't know
Ooh.
what gameplay Firewatch has, to tell the truth, because I have
It's story based.
It's
It's story based.
Is it now? I wouldn't know.
I've seen many people play it.
I haven't seen anyone play it because, you know, I've not been the person to watch Let's Plays for the longest time, actually.
I used to spend I spent years watching people play games, so.
No, I used to watch Let's Plays all the way to like 2014, I think. And then I just made myself super busy.
Fair. Being busy is good.
Yeah. Walking Simulator, huh? You know, I want to play Walking Simulators. Actually, in fact, I even got Walking Simulator 2020 on Steam.
Wait, I know I asked this earlier, but can your stream hear me?
I can still, yeah, they can hear you.
Okay, I just want to make sure. Because I didn't want your stream to think you're just talking to no one.
No, believe me, I remember making that mistake whenever I tried to do a Let's Play of Astral Chain in the past. The first episode did not have any talking involved in it at all. Like, they could hear me talking, but they didn't hear any of the people I was talking with on Discord because we were making so many jokes. But then because we were making so many jokes and that they couldn't be heard, I was like, you know what? I'm scrapping the Let's Play video of Astral Chain. It's all over. Because so much of it was so good and it was all squandered. So I was like, you know what? I am putting up with this. I'll save it for another time. I still beat Astral Chain regardless, so all my surprises were already gone. But at some point there's gonna be a point in time at which I forget everything that happens in Astral Chain, so I'm probably gonna stream it at some point. Short-term memory works in my favor.
Makes sense. No.
That sounds awful, actually. That sounds bad. Yeah, that sounds very bad, actually. Why did I make it sound like that was a good thing?
Anything sounds like a good thing if you say it cheerfully enough.
If you say it cheerfully enough, anything can be a good thing. Like, for example, have you ever considered killing your mother? Have you ever considered killing an old lady? Could it be me in Could it be me in Resident Evil 7 Biohazard?
I'll go monster exterminating with you anytime, buddy. Anytime.
You talking to me?
Yeah, because Resident Evil, everything's a monster.
Hell yeah, let's go monster hunting.
I have World,
You know the
and my friends all have World. They all went like
Okay, but on what console is the question?
Fast acting? I have the gels.
Huh? Oh, yeah, you went somewhere. Well, I'm gonna upload
Sorry about that, Ozzy. I had to get off my seat for a second there.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, you're alright.
Cool.
What I was saying was that, how about we go monster hunting together sometime? And I was hoping maybe we could get a Well, I mean, there's a development of it, I'm sure it's probably not, so we could go.
Probably not, because I definitely missed it.
Okay, so the whole joke about Monster Hunter and Resident Evil, I mean, it's not necessarily a joke, it's a fact, is that Monster Hunter actually runs on the Resident Evil engine, so...
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it runs on the RE engine.
Mm-hmm.
Same with Devil May Cry 5. It's funny.
Unless, of course, you're talking about the older generation games.
Yeah, of course, not those. But however, there was the question I was asking: what console do you have World on? Because if it's gonna be on Steam, my laptop cannot handle Monster Hunter World and streaming at the moment. Until I get a desktop, I won't be able to do that.
Oh, unfortunate, because I only have it on Steam.
Yeah, I also only have it on Steam, but I can't stream it. So chances are, if we're ever gonna play Monster Hunter World, it's definitely gonna be through your stream that the episode's gonna be on.
Mm-hmm.
Or see my side.
Oh my god. My hand.
Huh?
I'm talking with my mouth full, but... Yeah.
You're talking with your mouth full, hell yeah.
My hand, it's beautiful, dude. This is beautiful.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. Were you there when we were talking about having a collab about having a group of us that was singing "Fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit, fucking bullshit"?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about.
I know some people in my stream chat might recognize it.
Oh man, Tonks.
It's a thing in an anime. It's an anime about music, and you had all these really dark-looking guys with mustaches and beards wearing like these.
I know that anime is called Carol and Tuesday.
Yeah, Carol and Tuesday, and the Mermaid Sisters is what they were called, I think.
Mm-hmm. Because it's an actual group and that's one of their songs. It's a legit song.
Yeah, yeah. So because that's what I was referring to. Whenever I was mentioning that collab, there's eventually going to be a collab of a group of us in the Iron Lion just singing that.
Oh man, Tonks, I have the exact same spirit with you. Except, Tonks was saying, bro, don't worry, I have a Lenovo W530 from 2012, and they use it as a gaming PC.
You know what I have? I have an HP Omen 2016, I'm pretty sure.
Now, don't worry about that, Tonks. Ozzy doesn't see my chat, so he doesn't see what I see. But
oh yeah, no, I haven't been looking at your chat yet.
Yeah, so Ozzy's not gonna see what you see, but chat's not, the day isn't that bad. It's not. I'm only telling him this now because topic is relevant. By the way, the way I'm playing Mahjong right now, I'm legit not even looking at my hand. I'm just discarding anything that's not a soul tile.
That's funny.
I'm actually just not.
I should probably do.
How has this become a thing? What is this?
I should probably draw myself as a monster hunter because like I started playing Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate recently, and I was playing with my older friends, and it was on YouTube actually. The video was on YouTube, but I made myself look like I gave myself like a shit-eating grin. It was funny as hell.
Oh my goodness, that's actually.
Let me see if we could draw it.
That is actually such a hilarious hand that this person just won on. That person just sumoed with a hand worth 1,100 points. That's actually so funny to me. The hand was absolutely worthless. But the fact of the matter is they won with it. So that nothing matters. They won. I haven't seen a hand that small in forever, dude.
Join my Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate character. I think the hair looked like this. I don't remember actually.
Apologies for not talking much. I'm eating. I'm just drawing myself as I'm just drawing my Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate character. He's got like this shit-eating brain. That's amazing, dude. Yeah, and for some reason I also decided to make my character's name Ozzy Dayo. Ozzy Dayo. I just thought it was funny. What are the it's like a scarf, because the Baron outfit is like something along these lines. I can't remember how it looks at this point. This is upsetting. Oh my god. That's a big hand.
Oh yeah, freaking.
No, it's not.
There's someone who's drawing art in the Iron Lions. I was like, hell yeah, there's some competition here. I was like, it looks so good. Yeah, I ended up picking up the Great Sword for the first time in like any time in Monster Hunter. Because I'm used to playing the Switch Axe and light bow gun.
Dual blades all the way.
Posting art ASMR.
I dual blade all the way, dude.
That's why you're named Ozzy? Wait, why am I named Ozzy? Come on, what are you thinking? What do you want about Zwamakotsu? Zwamakotsu? Zwame? Kotsu? I'll just call him Kotsu.
I like how Zue Mikoto came to a realization, but not explaining what that is.
How dare he? Give me a second, I can't think. They said, that's why they're named Ozzy, but then I can't think. My brain's gone himbo brain. No. Freaking suddenly I'm being called a bimbo again.
Wait, what?
My viewers are calling me bimbo, himbo, whatever. Equivalent. Bimbo and or himbo. They're calling me those things.
Why in the world?
Huh?
Why in the world?
What are you saying?
Why in the world?
I don't know. I don't know. I can't think either. My brain go moosh.
Okay, so we have a friendly face on our left here. Nice.
Are you named after New Year's miso soup? Where the hell does that come in? What? Well, that reminds me. I posted a tweet, what, yesterday or a couple days ago, saying, would you guys believe if my name wasn't actually Ozzy?
I replied to that.
Talking about in character, of course. Huh?
I replied to that.
Oh yeah, you did reply to that. You're like, let me guess, it's your middle name.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it's not. Would you like to know what it actually, what the name actually is?
Oh my god. This guy that won our last game is already in Reachy Turn 5. I'm so scared, dude.
Okay, so the story behind Ozzy's name is that it's actually a combination of two different names, actually. If you see Ozzy's, here, let me scale up my face right here and move it around. So if you look at my, here, let me scale this up further. If you look at my name tag, it says VT Ozzy on it, right? Well, let me tell you this right now. That's actually not letters. Those are numbers. That says VT0224.
Who would read that as Ozzy? Wait, what?
Huh?
Do people actually read that as Ozzy?
Yeah. No. It's because the way I designed it. The way I designed it made it look like both 0224 and the name Ozzy. It was very deliberate.
I have a hard time reading Ozzy, but it's just because I know their numbers.
Yeah. Well, I know for a fact that majority of people would not notice it though. That's the deal of it.
Well, to be fair, I didn't even know that you had readable text there, so there's that too.
Yeah, I get that. Well, let me just go to
It's too small normally, like legit too small normally.
Yeah, it is definitely pretty small. Here, let me zoom this in real quick. Oh my God,
Oh, of course the
I'm
person.
actually going into face for this. Look at that. Look at that. Now is it legible?
Oh my goodness. Honeyman. Jeez.
But yeah, you can also see the pattern on my tie too. Honestly, the plaid was kind of like really lazy, to tell the truth. I could have done better. I could have put more time into this. Like you can even see the tie, like the tie, the thread like clipping into like a piece of gray on there. Yeah, no, that's VT0224, as in like treating it like a model number. Another thing is that Ozzy actually has a different name though. Here, let me just scroll myself back out.
He says as he zoom in further.
Shut up. I fixed it, don't worry. But here, let me draw it down and clip it to your paint. So the whole deal about Ozzy's name is too is that it's also like you know how you have like anime titles like Konosuba, where it's like mixing two different words. Like there's like a lot of anime titles and manga titles that have like two long words, but they mix like the first two consonants of each of those two words and make it into a title.
Sure.
I can't even give any good examples right now. Skull and Candy. Oh, neat. But here, let me draw this down. So Ozzy is like, it's got the sounds like aw and z. But the those were z is like a little bit improvised. But Ozzy's real name is Auburn Zephyr. Because, you know, like the Auburn breeze. It's supposed to be like a gentle breeze, really. Like, it took me a long time to figure out what I really wanted the name to be. Like, it was difficult wanting to figure out what is something that, like, really resonated with me. So, this ended up being that, the gentle breeze. Because, like, the reason why I chose like something akin to the gentle breeze was because I like the idea of myself just moving along and at least giving people a nice time while it lasted, as potentially not very long as it lasted.
Understandable.
Kind of whimsical in a way. Now, sounds kind of pretentious now that I say it out loud, so I'm just gonna back that up into there.
I'm just playing into every hand tonight, huh?
Let's see here. Let me finish. I still need to finish my food.
Alright.
There's still a huge chunk of it left.
Comeback time, everyone. Comeback time. I've never ended a Mahjong game in the negative points. I don't plan on doing that tonight either.
Still don't want to do it yet. Now let's see here. I have an image of a drawing I need to bring onto the computer somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. Alright. Let's see here. Because this is something I was actually supposed to be drawing. Two capital sins less than gluttony. I kind of got that. Less than gluttos.
Tonight's just not my night for Mahjong, huh?
Are you really having that bad of a time right now?
I think I'm just playing poorly tonight. Definitely feels like it.
Tonight's just not your night, huh? Do you feel lucky, punk?
And the power to change the direction of this game is actually not in my hands at the moment.
Before anyone says it, no, I'm not drawing fucking Yuma. I'm not. I've drawn Yuma way too much recently.
Is that like because you want to, or?
No, it's like it's fun because the memes are there, but at the same time though, a lot of people requested Yuma.
Right.
So, especially last art stream, like there were 3 Yumas on that canvas. No, it's not Yuma. She's got like this thick ass long tail. So definitely not Yuma. Oh yeah, no, freaking! I was at work and I remembered something that I hate myself for not thinking about.
What?
I was listening to the radio while I was in the lab, you know, doing quality assurance and stuff, make sure that all the foods look good and were within specification.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly, 30 Seconds to Mars comes up on the radio. I was like, oh, shit, why did I not ever bring this up into karaoke? Because like 30 Seconds to Mars is like my fucking shit. For some reason, I even think of it whenever I wanted to sing. That upsets me. I grew up on that shit and I didn't think about that.
I probably know exactly what 30 Seconds to Mars sounds like. I just haven't associated it with its name.
Right. Yeah.
Too many songs are like that out there.
It's definitely like around the same area as Linkin Park for sure.
What's up? Like,
Metal.
what like doesn't help is like on the radio when songs play, they don't tell you what song it is. They just play it.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no, they do just play, and rarely you'll actually have a station that tells you what you were listening to.
I'm just like, yo, you wanna give me like song name, singer? Like singer I can probably tell but based on their voice, but song name, hello?
Yeah, no, they just go straight to something else. They're like, hold on, let me pull this up. I'll play it. Here in a second.
Look at this. In all these tiles, I have not drawn a single soul tile. What in the world? Whoa, whoops.
Get my desktop audio so I could do this through voice meter. Let's see here. Which is the song?
Don't? No. I'm playing really poorly if I gave for me to give away a con like that. I needed to con there. I really did. Okay.
Let's see here.
Alright, this might put me in the negatives. I think this is where I enter the negatives here now. That's unfortunate.
Okay, so the one I was listening to in particular earlier in the radio was called, and one word that gets said a lot is "bury me." Here, I'll pull it up on my voice.
Oh, thank you. Oh my goodness. Seriously, I wanted to con. God, whatever. Finally, Sumo. I knew it, I just need to con. I needed the con. That sets my hand back in place.
Okay.
Look at that, a Hanuman. That's all I needed. Like, that's all I needed. And I blew it. I blew it. Are you playing it?
Yeah, I'm playing it. Can you not hear it?
Oh, I have your stream muted.
Oh wait, no, shit, I remember. My Discord is set to the architect's voice instead of the voice meter. Here, I'll just change it temporarily.
Okay. I can hear the music just fine. I hope for the stream's sake, it doesn't pick up as much as I'm picking up. It puts me in a solid 4th or 3rd. I thought the hand was a little bit bigger. Okay.
Okay, mic's back on.
For a game where I dealt into so many big hands, that wasn't that bad. That really wasn't that bad.
did you think of the music?
I have absolutely heard that before. However,
Yes.
it's not something I will remember much of,
Yeah.
if at all.
Yeah. And at the same time, the music video, which does a lot of weird shit in the middle of it all. So,
Mhm.
I'm actually considering just listening to like a mixtape of it later on.
Mm.
Yeah, I like this. I like this. Like, shit, I grew up because my dad listened to this sort of music, and he had it on the iPod Nano.
Yes, the great Nano, back in the day. Nanos weren't actually that long ago.
Nano was something.
The Nano really wasn't that long ago.
Wait, what do you mean it wasn't that long ago?
Was it 14 years
The
now?
First iPod. I'm talking like a. Is it, 14 years feels like a long time.
I mean, sure, it's like most people's lives these days if they're around 20 years old, but it's not that long ago. But then again, I still consider things 20 years ago to be not that long ago.
A lot of stuff happens in 20 years. That's why I say it feels like forever ago.
Well, yeah, things that happened like a month ago felt like forever ago, but things that were around 20 years ago wasn't that long.
No. A month ago doesn't feel like forever ago, but
Sure it
something
does.
That's like 4 years ago definitely feels like forever ago.
You mean ancient
No,
history?
I may have short-term memory, but that doesn't feel like too long of a time. That's
No.
still a short time.
My time is completely messed up. 4 years is ancient history, but 20 years? Not that long. Not that long.
Yeah, no, your time scale is fucked up.
Yeah. 20 years ago? Yeah, it's just 20 years. What about it? 4 years ago? Oh man.
That was forever ago.
4 years ago. You want to start talking to me about Jesus?
Jesus is so 2020.
Oh, I hope not. Please.
Not to make fun of any religion.
Oh goodness gracious. That's dangerous. Yeah, I know. People, you have the same logic tongues. I don't know. I think it's just probably our generation, specifically speaking.
I'm not like other people in my generation.
But
Fuck it, I'm listening to some Eurobeat in the back.
Eurobeat's great. You can't go wrong with Eurobeat. Now I'm a lot less scared of this person next to me.
So.
My hand feels great.
Wait, hold on. I should ask my brothers if they still have Gran Turismo on the PS4, because that game is nice with its motion control. That feels great. I should try to get it from them. I should stream it sometime. Like I like driving sims. Like I'm not great at them, but they're like a really nice pastime. So.
Takumi. That's initial D, yes. Screaming Takumi. I want to say it's initial D.
Now, a lot of Eurobeats can be associated with initial D.
Mm-hmm, indeed. They love using the Eurobeat for initial D inserts.
Alright, you take care, Lucian.
Alright, see you later, Lucian.
Lucian is probably not even the right way to say it, but that's just how I do it.
Yep.
probably Lusty. All these considered the origin sequel. I was talking about how I'm probably not even saying their name correctly. Like, I just decided on my own to say Lustian instead of Lustin.
I mean, based on his Twitter or his Twitch name, I could just call him Glutos. Just ignore the initial beginning of his name. Well, Midnight was alright too, though. One Gun Midnight. Oh. Guessing that's another driving thing. Yeah, that's another racing game. Oh, it's that. I know exactly what that is now. Okay. I'm on a 2-tile wait. That's hilarious.
That's something that people really like to compliment me about when it comes to my art.
What?
The way I handle hair. And I don't know, it's just really easy to me.
Wah ha ha ha. One with the super. Yeah, One Gun Midnight. I think I was watching a Korone stream that the other day.
And I haven't been watching the Hollow Libraries like at all for like the longest time.
How about the Hachama videos?
What about them?
Did you watch those?
I know I watched one of them while I was at break on work today.
They're
And
like-
I saw the Hatu basic where she was making food.
Mm-hmm.
And that's very entertaining. It's like, it's so dramatic. It's just talking in the middle of making food. Like she was just making a salad. It's just like all these theatrics. Fucking wild. No, that reminds me, I'm thinking of doing something where like, I'm just gonna like make a video, and I'm not even gonna post on YouTube, but I'm gonna at least show it on stream where I'm like broadcasting it, but like, here you can see me doing this and that. Like it seems like a really nice format to go by.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I back that 100%.
Yeah, I want to try it out. I just gotta figure out what's what. Because I have to have something like actually set that is recorded. I haven't done recordings in a minute.
Okay, looks like I'm going for I'm switching and going for sequences. Time to break up all my pairs.
This is my best attempt at designing a succubus outfit. to remember the outfit that he wanted me to draw, because like he wanted me to work along the guideline.
What?
Yeah, let me see if I can find it.
I don't want that. I want these 3
That
discards.
reminds me.
I really
Someone
want those
was,
3
trying to design
discards.
their avatar, and they literally mentioned me saying, I don't want to make it look too much like Ozzy with the outfit. I was sitting there like, you know you can wear the outfit. Ripping off too much of me, but then they bring up the goggles. I was like, I didn't notice the goggles, not gonna lie. Oh yeah, also, I remember someone, I remember offering help to someone who wanted help for design. Like they were having trouble designing something for clothing and all that, and I offered them help. And I recall that at some point I have to do it. I'm just now checking intro yourself. I just see our kinesis over here go like, and kinesis from stream. I have license to hold Zvon captions
I'm trying to think of all the Hollovers I've been watching recently, but a lot of their streams I've been missing out on.
Why do I feel like I'm muted? I feel like he muted me.
It's all a ploy, chat. He thinks I muted him.
Wait, that reminded me to go start organizing the Project Winter Collab document.
You still haven't gotten to that yet?
Yeah, no, my job kept me busy, and I'm sitting here trying to at least draw for entertainment of the stream, but then I also remember that I also have to do this. Wait, give me a second. I had a bunch of screenshots of the chat because I didn't have like the means to type everything down or write anything down while I was at work, so I just took a bunch of screenshots of the chat box.
I'm surprised you're even talking during work.
Talking what?
In Discord.
Talking in Discord at work?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was able to at least respond a little bit. It was very difficult to respond though because Discord always says limited or no connection, so everything would just like be frozen. So what I would do is I would send a message. It would not show that I sent, and I would not receive any replies until I closed out the application on my phone and then reopened Discord, where it would eventually show me the next messages.
Right.
It's such a tedious process.
Sounds like it.
But I was able to do it during my breaks, and for the little time I had for it, because I wanted to at least keep up with what was happening. Because, you know, I have to organize. Alright, so... Project Winter Collab.
Hello, Latte. Welcome. Hope you enjoy. I currently have my good friend Ozzy with me right now. You can see him in the background. He's stuffing his face full of cake.
Wait, there are I'm not done with cake. Shit. I keep forgetting I have cake next to me. I'm not used to eating like this. Like I don't eat my own like this often. Only after I started becoming a VTuber, I just had to in order to keep consistent with my streams.
It's not good. Not good, friend. Not good at all. It's 2 in the morning for me now.
I get home by like 10:20. Like by the time I get home, it's 20 minutes until I have to start streaming. So.
Sounds like you need a new schedule for yourself.
So here's the thing. I start work at 2 p.m. and come home from work at 10 p.m. And those my available hours at the point is not exactly most ideal for streaming But I'm trying to make the best of it as I can. I was told, however, that at some point, I'm gonna end up getting a shift that is in the morning, that goes from like what, 4 to 2 maybe. Well, no, not 4. It was 6 to 2 probably. Yeah, from 6 to 2. And I was told that I'll eventually have a shift like that, and if I would prefer those hours, I could request to get those hours instead. However, I'd have to see how that goes before I really decide on that. Because there's different shifts over there, and second shift, the 2 people I work with at second shift, they're really enjoyable people I enjoy talking to, but that's in the hours that I have at work at the moment that causes me to have a stream schedule like this. If I move it to first shift, I don't know who I'll be working with, or if I'm even gonna enjoy it. Especially since, you know, I'm also training under someone at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Sounds like the typical work life, my friend.
Yeah, I know.
Oh no. The fatigue from eating is now setting in.
It's like eats, 5 minutes later, fatigue. Fatigue is the fatigue stat, you know, temp status moment, shows up in your HUD.
Not
Because
good.
We got Ozzy, we got Takushie, we got, were you gonna join in on the Project Winter?
Well, when was this scheduled? I mean, before the Rona. My summer session could have me coming home around 2 a.m. sometimes anyways. So I'm used to being awake late and eating junk during the day and dinner at night. That's not healthy by any stretch of the imagination.
Sabasa.
Yes.
Were you gonna join us in the Project Winter collab, or?
My question was, what was the scheduled time everyone was thinking of? Because I would like to participate.
Oh, you asked me the question. As far as what we have, it is planned for Saturday in the afternoon. Don't know when in the afternoon just yet. We still have to discuss that with everyone.
Yeah, sure. I'm down.
Alright, I have your name on the list now.
Perfect. Yeah, Tonks. Technically, I'm actually glad for you. Like, I hope you don't take this wrong. I'm happy that you're not forced to, be working at these hours. Because I've been through them myself, where I've been out late because I used to have a job that made me be this late, be out that late to work. It's not healthy. It doesn't feel great. But you can persist for a while. Like, I've done it, so I know it's possible to persist for a while, but eventually it'll catch up to you and hit you hard.
Yeah. For the reason why I'm totally fine with those hours is because my job actually happens to be pretty easy for me. Which is what makes me alright with it.
Right.
Like, I'm a quality assurance technician and make sure that everything looks good. And I get paid well for it. For something that apparently they really needed and that not enough people were qualified for, but I think it's easy. So, like, perfect opportunity for me. Like, I lucked out.
I mean, everyone has their specific skill set, right?
Yeah, I know they do. It's just the fact that they were desperate for looking for those people that can handle it because everyone that tries applying for it apparently now is the only one capable.
Oh, I see.
How's it going, Alex?
Hey, Alex.
Pretty good.
We're both streaming at the moment.
You both are?
Yeah.
Oh my god, my bad.
Yeah, don't worry.
You're not interrupting too much. We're just talking.
Yeah, we're here because we want people.
Yes.
Can you believe it? We were talking like actual people instead of just being VTubers.
That's impossible.
It's
No.
impossible!
That's impossible.
No!
No.
The VTuber is getting free will! VTuber has free will.
Stay inside my screen.
Stay inside the screen, you virtual.
Oh man, Tonks.
It's just like that one scene where Luffy pushes a zombie back into the grave. It's how
Glad-
it is with
glad-
VTubers. You just
Glad
push
you,
them
you
back
have
into the
like
screen.
a chill job. That's great.
Go back to the internet, you virtual fuck.
Don't. No exit allowed.
No, I'm just imagining like actually seeing an animation where a guy literally looks at a VTuber, just like put any VTuber's face on there, and he goes, go back to the web, you virtual fuck.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Good, that's good.
Hmm. Mm-hmm.
No, I was actually referring to High Nation's video of Bill Cipher versus it was a Gravity Falls skit that they made up, and freaking Stanley tries to grab Cipher, Bill Cipher, saying, "Get over here, you scaling fuck." So I thought of that in my mind, and I thought to myself, get back to the fucking web, you virtual fuck. Just sounds stupid. Go back to the internet, you virtual fuck. You're not allowed to have a life outside of VTuber. You're a VTuber. You think you have human rights, but no, you're a VTuber. Apparently that's like a meme now, especially in this server.
Oh my god.
Okay, so currently, we have about 5 or 6 people in the project there.
Hey, doesn't the game only like go up to 6 players?
8.
8? Dude, I honestly don't know if I have enough to get an artist to do the art for mine.
Wait, enough artists to really want for what?
The art for the avatar.
Oh, your avatar?
Yeah, I don't know if I have enough. Like, I'm not looking for the model or the rigging right now, just the art.
You're talking about like just the design of the character?
Yeah.
I mean, if you give me a few prompts, I can totally draw it on screen. If you're
No.
you have to be a viewer. It's completely free. The only price you must pay is being a viewer. So it's not free. You're actually paying some. You're actually paying me.
Paying with
your
time.
You're paying me with your time. I'm about to hold you hostage just so you can get what you want. You want this? Become an indentured servant. All you have to do.
Servant.
Indentured servant. And the only thing you're gonna serve me with is your view.
Oh my lord.
I haven't even heard of the term indentured servant since middle school.
Dude, that's such an old word.
Yeah. Damn. I hadn't even thought of it until now. I was like, man, what do you call this where someone is getting paid to be held hostage?
A content creator.
Sounds like you need a new job.
It's like, what's your job? Content creator. It sounds like you need a new job.
I mean, if you think about it, yeah, if you think about it, Whole Alive and Niji Sanji are indentured servants.
I mean, except they actually enjoy it.
Until they're threatened of getting fired.
And then suddenly they go,
Like, I forgot, I think it was Hoshikawa, right? Who was streaming with Matsuri. And they were saying, like, how many views each other has. One of them was like, I got about 10,000 right now. What about you? 100. And they're begging Niji Sanji not to fire them.
ooh. Wait, did they had to get fired for talking about how many views they had?
No, it's just a joke they're saying because they don't have as many viewers as HoloLive.
They're like, man, you just auditioned for
It honestly makes me wonder how the English HoloLive is gonna be, like, in terms of viewers.
I'm curious too, because honestly, I was talking with someone like what, a couple days ago, expressing something, because they were talking about how their goal is to have like
Okay.
viewers.
Let's see.
I was there like, man.
Where's my
honestly,
text?
It's good having like 20 viewers, because honestly that's kind of overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
To be fair, last night I got up to 26. That surprised me. No, I blame Yuma, UTP, and Milk Drops for rating. I mean, I'm glad that they did. I'm happy. I appreciate that a lot. But damn it, all those follows, they kept scaring me. I mean, actually, no. At the time, they were stale. They were stale because someone kept spamming follows in a bunch of alt accounts. So the follows became stale, and I was no longer scared by them. Meanwhile, I got spooked by what the No, like because it's already kind of become a little bit of a meme for my viewers to just follow me while I'm in the middle of streaming a horror game.
It's honestly hard to find horror games that scare me now.
Yeah, no. Thing is, I don't play horror games often, and there's a lot of horror games I wanted to play in the past, but never got around to doing so. Same with a lot of various different kinds of games in the first place, which is why VTube. I wanted to VTube so I could get the chance to actually play these games for once, and actually kind of experience it, and get something out of it, like fucking enjoyment. People get to see me suffer.
I just saw the what was it? The price said. This is just for the illustration, right? That who had this on by him? Hold on. Sagu, Professor Case.
Saga.
Saga,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
no, Case. Yeah, no, Case.
Yeah.
That artist. Yeah,
Yeah, that artist. He's charging 100. I'm like, oh, damn.
100 is actually pretty cheap. For
I know. I just don't have the 100 right now. I'm gonna save
Yeah, I
the
know.
page.
Yeah, I get that. My commissions were actually like very cheap. People could get like full renders for like $50.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's a lot of quality for how cheap. That's very cheap for the quality, and that's one of the reasons why it was difficult for me to notice, because I just undersold myself. Like I thought to myself, because I can draw things really well, really fast, I should probably lower the prices so I can go through more.
Okay.
Like in little time, just keep racking up those quick pieces. Nah, little did I realize that I would have subconsciously felt burnout. Like I would have never known I had burnout until I realized that I've just been playing Final Fantasy 14 for like 3 months straight.
Dude, that's how it was with Ark. I was just playing that, like, I don't know how long. Not even. It was like more than 5 months straight.
Ooh, I could never really stick with playing Ark because for one thing, I feel like it's a game that you definitely have to play with friends.
Oh no, that's exactly what. Yeah, I was playing that with friends, like. And in those 5 months, we only did about 2 bosses. 2 bosses.
I don't know the bosses.
Oh yeah. It's like an actual dragon, or a spider, or a big yeti. King Kong size. Let's go with that. Hell yeah!
Oh no, the reason I'm saying it like this is because I'm currently drawing someone that's supposed to have this expression that I'm just literally copying it on my face. If you hop into my stream, you'll see the character.
Where? It doesn't.
Oh no, don't check my profile, check the share stream.
Oh.
Soul. Oh, it's a Twitter one? You can stream onto another one.
Lord of fucking follow. Hyena 626. Is that you?
Yeah.
My fucking god.
You're welcome.
Dude, someone just posted something in Memes and Dreams, and it's a guy who animated My Little Pony characters as JoJo characters.
What the? Oh my god. Oh yeah,
And
I
I actually
remember this
remember
video.
the animation.
Yeah, I remember this video.
That
It was
fucking
the
video,
Pillar Man.
It's sick. Yeah. Friendship is
yeah,
manly.
yeah.
Friendship is manly.
Roll that track.
Dude, just have like fucking. Just have fucking what was her name? Sunset Shimmer or whatever her name was.
I don't know.
There was something like Shimmer was like, she was just looking down at the table, looks back, does a double take, and suddenly these three show up. Fucking wild. And just each of the main six just stand up, JoJo posing and everything. Fucking hilarious. They all take these, some of them, at least two of them take these.
Which ones?
Rarity and Flowshy, because like apparently every character has to have like a special idol stance.
Oh man.
Maple posted down the freaking disassembled wife.
No, that right side is lewd. Very lewd.
Dude, have you ever disassembled a gun? Because that shit is great. I know the pleasure behind disassembling a gun.
I actually have never.
There is a pleasure to be had at disassembling a gun and reassembling it. Like, I ended up making a sport of learning how to disassemble and reassemble an M4 in less than a minute.
So you just speed ran it.
Yeah. No, it took like what? It took like what, 15 minutes of practice before I got it set in stone in my head. I was like, oh yeah, I can do that. No, like,
Just speed run building a gun, like putting it back together.
no, I was like at a camp with a bunch of other people, and we would be beds apart from one another, and we both had our M4s. We set them on the bed where we would face each other. We'd have our hands on the bed of which we were sitting up at, and we'd have a pen, ballpoint pen there too. And once someone says go on the timer, we'd take off the lid of our pen and immediately start disassembling the gun. And we just made a race out of it. Like, it was fun. Only one person beat me, and that's because he literally was trained in this sort of thing. Like,
That should be a category. That should be a category Games Done Quick.
You know what? Interesting enough, I think it would be worth just like streaming disassembling a gun. Like I think that would be fun. Like, it's definitely something
Yeah,
that not
VTuber
many people are
disassembling a
doing.
gun.
But I think it would be interesting. Like,
It actually would be.
no, like the thing is that the guy that beat me, like I never disassembled a gun in my life, but I beat everyone else. And this guy here, he's worked with guns in the past, so of course he could beat me. But like I was close to his time. I was really close. So I'm like very confident. Actually, you know what? No, actually, there is a game on Steam that is about assembling guns and all that. So I don't know if that will give me the same kind of adrenaline as actually assembling a gun is, because like my hands get oily, like they get covered in like that black shit, and it's not that bad of a problem because it's not like it affects the friction. You just feel that clearly you've worn your skin there, you know. but I don't know if I
Ooh.
actually feel the same adrenaline.
Welcome, Soundwave Blue. A fourth person joins the fray.
Hello.
Hello, Soundwave. How's it going?
It's going pretty swell.
Oh yeah.
I
was
watched-
just talking.
I watched a man get introduced to Niji Sanji in real time. It was hilarious.
What's the coefficient?
It was coefficient.
I knew it.
I haven't
Yo.
been seeing his videos. I keep seeing his videos in my dashboard, but I haven't seen them.
Dude, they're fucking great. Like, it was so good. Coco even had one of them on Asakoko.
Oh, for real?
Wait, no, I remember.
Yeah, it was like his reaction to like 3D shooting, right? And when she was like going like beauty
Wait.
yakuza, and then he's like, chat, I know my shit. Those hips are American.
That's exactly what I was gonna bring up. That's the only thing I've seen. I remember seeing a clip that someone posted where Coco was watching this guy talking about how those hips are American. Like
Those
no
are
way,
not
that
Japanese
shit is
hips.
Japanese. Those are not Japanese. There is no way.
And then when she,
and then I remember she
Yeah.
how she wanted her hips to move like Shakira. I was like, holy shit, she actually
Yeah,
brought
'cause
up
he told
Shakira.
them.
Now that is an American.
because he told the story on his channel, right? Like during the stream, where when he was still in Puerto Rico as a kid, and what was it? He discovered the song "Hips Don't Lie," right? Yeah. So then, and that's how he discovered like the true affection, the I don't know what the attractiveness of the hips.
He became the hip man.
No. Ip man. No, you didn't like. You don't
Eat
understand
mine!
what people are talking about whenever it comes to hips until you actually see it for yourself.
I
Like,
know,
that is
right?
the truth. Like I never thought I would ever get into hips because I thought that was just look silly.
Oh no.
Yeah, I used to think it just looked silly, but no, hips
You see,
do not lie.
like, it's weird because Puerto Ricans and Mexicans, we have a lot in common. We have like the same language. We sort of look the same. We have the same
But they
interests,
speak a
including
different hip
hips.
language.
Yeah.
They speak different hip language.
Yeah, that's true.
It's
But
like, it's like, what's your hip accent?
that's true. But just like any Hispanic, appreciation for the hips.
Shakira isn't from either of those places, though. I'm trying to remember where she's from.
No, she's not.
No, I don't know shit about Shakira. I just know that it's like Shakira's like she was basically the shoddy after shoddy because like there were a lot of
Yeah.
songs like
Colombian.
shoddy, like,
She's Colombian.
something else, like, Shakira.
Yo, I don't like Shakira. I think she sounds like a frog.
A frog.
Yo, no, that's the way she sings. Like, she
Look,
sounds like a
I actually don't
bullfrog.
remember her voice. I don't remember her voice. 'Cause I'm not even.
Yo,
I
you know, oh wait, did you watch Vines?
Watch what?
Vines?
Dude,
Never really into that. That was too.
dude, you're going
yeah.
back in time right now.
Oh damn, I was gonna bring up like that one Vine where the girl's like, I'm gonna do my Shakira impression, then she does a spot on impression. But it's
the
like,
one like I don't think I saw that vine. The vines I saw were like, this guy has like no standards whatsoever, and any like girl that comes up that somebody will find revolting, he'll just like pop up into frame and just take her home. Like I shit you not, like one of the vines was that this girl tried hitting on a guy, and she had like really big feet, right? And what did this guy do? He just comes into frame with I think he comes into frame with like someone who's gonna give her a manicure and shit like that. Like he has an Asian on her back, ready to give the girl a manicure. Like where does he get this stuff? Like another one was I forgot what ethnicity the girl was, but he just came in on an elephant.
Huh.
Or was it a giraffe? I don't know. It was like a wild. Point is, he's got no standards. Even as a dead one, like there's like some person just comes up with a coffin, right? And the dude is already dead.
But I'm pretty sure if you were to like post those kind of vines now in 2020, people would like, yeah, they might.
I think you might have a hard time posting a Vine in 2020.
You know what I mean? You just post on Twitter and shit. You know, that's what I mean.
There are Vine compilations out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't watched them.
I used to be my 3 a.m. go-to, and then, you know, VTubers happened.
Oh, and yes, like
VTubers happen.
I seem to always be finding out about like new Nijisanji VTubers.
I need to like get into Nijisanji.
There's a little
Oh,
over
dude, there's
100.
There's so many of them that like each of them has their own niche.
Now that I know there's a plethora of Nijisanji.
I mean, like, you have your common ones that everyone likes, like, fucking Hanamaki and that Hanamakia and like
Hoshikawa, I think. Hoshikawa, I think, right, is also
yeah,
one.
and Hoshikawa, like the ones that do, God, what's his name? He does all the collabs with Subaru.
Oh, the guy that looks like a news reporter or a sports announcer.
He was going to be a sports announcer. He kind of looks. Oji, that guy. I'll remember his name. I'll remember his name in a bit.
That's the only one I'm on.
Like the ones that do a lot of Gibata is another one that everyone.
You guys
likes.
remember when Hololive had like a collaboration with Kizuna?
No.
I wouldn't know.
It was like a very.
Was
It was like
long-
It was
was
a
it a
very
while ago?
niche thing. No, it was a while ago. Like what was it? It was just Kizuna playing with other virtual YouTubers, and the only one there that was from Hololive was Sora.
So it was back when it was just Sora.
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense. Like I got into Hololive like this year.
See, I haven't looked up too much about VTubers at all, to tell the truth.
Dude,
The
did
most
you
I
know
looked
there's
up
a
was
group?
Twitter.
There's a group of virtual YouTubers, right? That it's an unofficial group of virtual YouTubers that have been banned from
Yes.
streaming,
Aren't they
right?
called Ban or something?
Yeah, they're called the Bands.
So they got banned because they were using like official characters.
Yeah, like the leader,
I
right?
remember hearing about virtual. I remember.
They got banned for copyright or lewd activity, right? And the leader of it, he was using like his avatar, his virtual YouTuber model, was just straight up rip of Kaiji.
Yeah. He led
I
them
remember.
in.
I remember reading into that.
And then there was like
I
another
remember
one who
seeing
got.
about people.
There was another one who got banned for copyright because his avatar was just straight up Kamen Rider. It was straight up Decade.
Yeah. Oh no, you look at the VTuber like wiki, and like you go through like here's Niji Sanji and all of their groups. Here's Hololive and like their generations. Here's the big three, which are Shiro, Kaguya, and Kizuna Ai. All of which don't post much anymore.
Yeah, especially, dude. It's actually crazy how big Kaguya Luna got, but they don't post much. Like,
Yeah. Dude, even back when she was like when she got famous, she wasn't posting much. Like
this is honestly how I got into virtual YouTubers. It wasn't really Kizuna Ai. Like, I watched that one, and then my friend Danny showed me Kaguya Luna, and I'm like, okay, I think I can get into this. And then that just led to me watching like all these other ones and stuff. Now I've fallen so deep into this hellhole, I don't think I can get out.
Kizuna Ai has been around for what, like 4 years now?
You know what's crazy? Kizuna Ai wasn't even the first virtual YouTuber.
Yeah, I know.
But like, no, it's crazy how far. Like, 2011 was when somebody like started doing like these vlogs with an avatar, so you can kind of consider them a VTuber.
Yeah.
And they're still doing videos today. Same method.
Yeah, it's the last couple of years that they became like good at it because of Live 2D.
Yeah.
so you didn't have to buy all the 3D equipment.
Yeah, but the only time they'll ever do the 3D stuff is like when they're in like the studio.
Yeah. Although I bet you
That's for like
could.
the very professional stuff though. When they're doing like 3D streams, that's just playing a game. They'll use like vibe trackers, I believe.
Although I bet if you became wealthy enough, you could buy like proper like 3D tracking equipment, like what they use. But otherwise, yeah. Although it does seem that Niji Sanji has its own like 3D equipment that they allow their creators to take
Yeah,
home.
that's how. Oh yeah, that's very different than Hololive then, because Ichi Sanji and Hololive have their own in-house software. But if you're saying Niji Sanji lets other people use it, god damn, that's even better.
Well, like it seems. Well, Angie seems to use it a lot because like you'll see during her streams her hands will move and whatnot, which I'm starting to think like there's definitely gloves involved with that like setup.
Oh no. You can.
You
There's
actually set up the animation.
yeah. There's actually several ways to do that.
There's also programs that will track hands.
Yeah, that's it. There's like hardware you can get where you just like place them in front of your monitor, and it'll just track your hand movements like that.
Well, it makes me wonder. Like, Niji Sanji has their in-house app.
Wait, really?
Yeah. No, Hololive and Niji Sanji and Tsundere now all have in-house apps. Well, actually, Tsundere uses VTube Studio. But they're all of them have iPhone X's.
Yeah, that's what I think because they all have the same format that they can post on Twitter and everything.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, it's their work phone. Like, it's specifically for them to have the tracking and whatnot.
yeah, that's what I think too. Because I'll totally treat it the same way too.
Yeah.
Oh my god, I literally just pulled up the wiki for like Niji Sanji. Oh my god, what is this?
There's over 100 of them now, right?
Yeah, there's over
Jesus
100.
Christ.
Someone made a chart for that on the VTuber subreddit.
No,
The smallest of their groups is Niji Sanji En, which used to be Niji Sanji India.
Indonesia.
No. Indonesia is still Indonesia. Niji Sanji India is now Niji Sanji En.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
Niji
thought
Sanji
it was
En.
Indonesia.
No.
No,
Indonesia
they're different.
is the IP.
Here's the here's the chart, by the way.
Oh my, wow. It's
You know what I don't like understand though, like the I know there's gonna be like certain ones that are meant to just make music and stuff, but they never do they ever post?
ASCII posts, I guess, somewhat frequently. But like outside of that, like Hololive's bigger than their music group. Definitely bigger than Hollow Stars.
But yeah, Hollow Stars is like a side project of theirs.
You know, Hollow Stars, I feel so bad for them because they get like so little attention.
Dude, I know, right? They're
I
freaking.
haven't even heard
They're-
about. I haven't even heard about Hollow Stars until recently. I think that's. a bad-
They're hilarious.
They are.
They're just the
You know,
male
how-
branch. That's
yeah,
all.
I still haven't
Kaoru's-
listened to them though. 'Cause
Yo, Kaoru, I'm pretty sure is somewhat fluent in English. Maybe not to the extent of like Coco
No.
or the Indonesia girls.
No, but they're like really good.
Yeah. Oh,
I
I
forgot
want.
which Hollow Star was it, but he was playing GTA 5, and you know what happened.
They should really just say you guys aren't allowed to play GTA 5 anymore. you guys are getting enough American viewers where like, don't say this word.
But yeah, like I popped into like Yuma's stream, like this happened to Chad. When is there a GTA 5 let's play coming up?
Oh
Yuma
no.
would never.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, I think it's too late to get into GTA.
It's never
mean,
too
I-
late.
The thing is, like people are praising what's her name, Muna? Or like going, no, 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 no. When that moment
Not
came up in GTA.
Yeah, because she understands it. It's
Yeah. But the
I
funny
bet-
part is like Aqua did that first, right? Like she straight up didn't even pay attention to the cutscene. She was just saying, "Oh yeah, I know how to drive a truck now."
I don't know. I'm pretty sure if Coco was to ever play it, she'd probably like straight up have a sensor ready. Cause she's American.
Mm.
No, like pulls up GTA 5 has a sensor box ready.
Oh my God. Like,
No, I actually considered having a sensor box, but little did I didn't even know that Outlast had straight up fucking nudity in it. Like there were penises all over the place.
Oh, you didn't? You didn't know?
No.
That's unfortunate, buddy.
I'm surprised it hasn't been taken down. Like I'm
Oh, see-
surprised that no one has a problem with my Outlast playthrough so far.
It's because there's a lot of people who have played Outlast already.
Yeah.
Okay,
Probably.
good. I hope I'm gonna take your word for this and hope that they do not block
And-
my chat videos for sensitive content.
You should be
Hey, Mom.
I
fine.
really hope I don't get.
You should be
And
fine.
while penises are jarring, in a horror game setting, they're not sexual.
They are not sexual.
They're just
But whenever
very
you see someone
jarring.
ready to literally rip it apart because he wants to make you his wife, ugh, that was not fun.
There's gotta be a censored version of Outlast somewhere.
There is.
What of Outlast?
Yeah,
There is.
yeah, there's a
The,
censored.
There is. You're talking about the Japanese version.
Where the Japanese version actually censors all the freaking.
The Japanese version are usually, if it shows genitals, it's censored in Japan.
You tell that to all the VTubers who played it. There was a chart I saw
Are
in
you-
one of the clips.
Are you serious?
There was a chart. Well, it was like the reproduction chart you'll see in school. So it was like the cross sections. Like here's this, and the VTuber was playing. I think it was Mashiro from Niji Sanji. He's like, "Wow."
Wow. Just, wow.
Like, you know,
What the hell?
in a more feminine voice because dude sounds like a lady.
That ain't no woman. It's a man, man.
No, it turns out like actually a dude. He just sounds that way. Man,
No, I think. Wait, is it?
I
Are
don't-
you talking about the in-game characters? Because I came across.
No,
it.
no, no,
Oh,
no, no,
yeah,
no.
This is clearly Wolfire.
no, I'm talking about like an actual like VTuber from Niji Sanji.
I assume the game was sensitive because like anything, it's not just that. Anything like excessively gory gets censored in the Japanese versions. Like for example, Resident Evil. They
Dude,
get censored.
Outlast isn't censored for shit.
Holy shit, that's a surprise.
Like,
No, Outlast is also like what, 10 years old now? Something
Mm.
like that. It's not new.
Yeah, but games like 20 years ago are still censored in Japan.
Yeah. What are you gonna see 20 years ago?
A lot of blood, violence. That's what they were gonna censor, and that's
no,
what
you're
got
gonna
censored.
see a lot of Wilhelm
Dude,
screams.
The most violent game 20 years ago was Doom. The most violent game now is Doom.
Wait, no. I'm talking. Wait, what about Postal? Wait, no, what's Postal about? 20 years ago?
Yeah, Postal. That was 20 years
no.
ago.
Now it was like 15.
First didn't do it. Like, that shit was
Manhunter.
Crazy. Yeah,
I guess.
Manhunt.
I mean, Manhunt 2 straight up got banned. Like almost everywhere.
There's a lot of visceral games.
And even then, Manhunt 2 is still like, yeah, the PC version you can find, it's still a censored version. That is until, you know, you can just find a mod, put everything back.
Someone said, a color man in general said, I just realized I saw you video that had Max not doing it. They said that he was supposed to be 3 hours TV show host technically, which makes him not Who else is an AI entertainer? He's not I. I was like, I'm technically an AI. My model number is 0224 after all.
Max Headroom, oh, you're right.
Alright, I'm just gonna head off Discord, but you guys want me for anything, to just ping me. So have a good night, guys.
Alright. Take care.
Damn.
Okay, so I'm probably just gonna play a little bit more, relax a little bit more. But I'm getting very sleepy. Okay. Okay. I just didn't want to, annoy them when they're having such a nice conversation with my own thoughts on the game that I'm currently playing. All in all, my thoughts on the game so far is that I've been playing pretty poor, but it's not the worst. Like, obviously, with me not getting firsts, it shows that I've been making mistakes. So, I want to try to remedy those mistakes here. Play a little smarter is how I'm going to word it. So for this match, I want to get rid of my dragon and my honor tiles. The dragon wind tiles are called honor tiles. I want to get rid of those. So this has been dished out by this player. I dished out this because they haven't dished out that yet. And now that they have, I can dish out this as well. I did the dragon tile first, just because the order didn't matter there. Dish out both, it's whatever. I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8 for the Mon tiles. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Alright, let's get Ozzy out of here. Alright, Ozzy and his cake. Okay, so I don't want the soul tiles either. Alright. Let's group this as others. Yeah. Okay. So I'm not looking for soul tiles here. It's fine. In fact, I wasn't really planning on getting pin tiles either, but at this point I have 6 pin tiles. So I'll probably want to play this out as is with this hand. Like, so I have 1, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8. The 5 is out of place, but I can always discard this tile, the 7 pin, because I'm probably not going to place pins here. Getting a lot of soul tiles, but discard the pin by drawing one of the 4 mon or the 6 mon to complete this sequence. Should I keep the bamboo tiles? Personally speaking, or the soul tiles? Personally speaking, no. Even though it's like, oh, that's just, that sequence looks really nice. The 9, 7, the 8, 9, 7, 9, 7, 8. Like, that's a nice those are nice sets. But that's not what I'm after. Like 4, 3, they're great. This is actually preferable, but I'm thinking here I'll probably discard the 1 mon and the 5 mon. So here I have that sequence there. 1, 2. Yeah, I know. So this hand, I'm a little bit stubborn on my mon tiles. So I'm already playing it wrong. Keeping the 4, the 3, the 8. I could discard several mon tiles that really aren't doing much of hand, right? Like, this isn't doing much. Cisadora. This pair isn't going to be doing much right now, but I can make it do a little bit if I could draw like another 3 mon tile, but it's not happening. Alright. I'm at no 10. Ay, ay. Alright. So it was just drawn to exhaustion. It's not terrible. Alright, so up here I'm going to look to open my hand, I think. I think it's fine. Okay, so that 4 mod there, I want it for the sequence over here. Okay. I like it when stuff like this starts coming together in my hand. Yeah, so my hand went from being like a whatever my hand was into like a more sequence-based hand. Even though I had so many pairs earlier, I kind of still do. I'm starting to break my pairs up. And the idea is to keep the blanks here as simply my pair that you need at the end of your hand, and then the rest are sequences. So I'm going to need a 6 or a 4. A 6 or a 4 mon tile here, and discarding this would put me into Tenpai. Meaning I'm looking to win with the tile at that point. Oh, I made a mistake. I just said I needed that. I'm too used to skipping things over. Ooh, boy. I made a mistake. How disastrous. How disastrous. Ooh, that might be it for this game, by the way. That might be it. Unless I draw a 6 mon, or they discard a 6 mon, because I'm not expecting them to like have another 4 mon, right? That was 3. Man, that was actually disastrous. Ooh. Let's never do that again. Alright, so I currently have a pretty decent sequence hand. Almost actually done several sequences. It's not bad. Could have discarded this first, actually, in case I draw a 7 mon. But I just want to get rid of all my mon tiles here. Draw 5 mon. I'm not looking to draw mon tiles, I'm actually looking to draw both soul and pin tiles. Both of them is pretty good for my hand right now. And of course I draw this couple right here. This sequence pair. Pong. And they chose not to. So they probably have it as a sequence. Or they're using it. There's one. Or another one I should say. Yeah, and they're probably keeping it either as a pair or 2 sequences. Or even like 1 sequence and like an extra tile, right? And just keeping it in their hand for now since it's useful. Yeah, there's a 2. So it was like just so happened to be like the extra tile in their hand. So around this time, don't really have much of a plan with this hand anymore. I'm just hoping they start winning off each other, not me. Wow. Rest in pieces. So that 2600 actually became like 6,200 points. That's due to the fact that people kept calling Richis. So they're putting an extra 1,000 onto the table. I just realized your name's Nepgear 6. That's hyperdimensional Neptunia for those unaware of that game. Not bad. Not bad at all. Nep, nep. Nep, nep, nep. Alright, so I definitely want to win at least one hand right now because sitting at pretty close points in proximity with these players. Pachinko, on the other hand, I don't get. I have a PS2 Hokuten no Ken Pachinko game. I got my certificate. Yes, yes. Alright, let me quickly use the washroom. I'll be right back. I don't know much about Pachinko, by the way, Tonks. Like, isn't it literally just one of those things where you have, like, a thing that drops at into the very bottom? Not sure. Not sure at all. Wait, am I allowed in silver? I'm allowed in silver. Hey, look at me. I'm a silver player now. I'm not really sure how it works either, Tonks. As I said, I don't know much about that game. Never played it though. Really, I hear a lot about that game, since a lot of like franchises tend to like get their versions of a pachinko machine. And I'm just like, I'm not really sure what that means, but I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. I know some people really don't like pachinko, whereas others think it's okay. So Oh, looks like we'll have another disconnect in our game. Yep. It connected. Right, so first things first, with the number of honor tiles I've gotten, I might as well start calling them out. I see no reason not to, therefore I did it. Gamble with those Manulife. Okay. I know that kind of preys on the whole gambling addiction aspect, but man, that's just kind of how it is at times, right? It's really not the most dangerous thing in the world if it's if it doesn't like consume everything. Because we all know how dangerous gambling addictions are, right? Remember, don't gamble, kids. It's not worth it. It's like the thrill of using your money to spend on something, but I'm sorry, pal, but I need your tile. Probably discard this. I don't think I'm drawing the other one, so yeah, I'm just playing hands that aren't worth anything. I think one of the things I have to keep repeating about this game while I'm playing Mahjong is that I don't know the Yaku rules. I don't know if I'm playing a cheap hand or maybe it's an expensive hand. I don't know these things. Oh my god, a Negi as a Richi stick. It's amazing. No Yaku. No Yaku. I have to get rid of these. Ouch. Ouch, that's a big hand. I can tell. Alright, back to my usual playstyle. It's not great, but it's the safest thing I can fall back on, generally speaking. And by that I mean a concealed hand. I do enjoy my concealed hands. Definitely playing this a little greedy though. Going for a single suit. That's okay though. So, I'm not taking anyone's tiles. I'm not gonna call it anything. I feel it's completely unnecessary not to do so. Do want to get rid of this tile and this tile. Let's get rid of this tile first. This one's one of the hardest tiles to build into. I say as I draw one tile that could help build this setup here. If I draw a 6 mod, then I'm probably going to discard this tile. But the round's over, so whatever. Oh, 18,000 Hanema, man. What an insane hand they had. Seriously insane. If there's anything I can say about that last round, I can just say I'm very happy I'm not the one that dealt into that, because that would just end the game. So based off what I just read, the dragons are very valuable tiles. Welcome, Daryl. Welcome. You really haven't missed much in the past 3 hours, surprisingly. So Mahjong originates from China, so that would make it a Chinese game. However, Riichi Mahjong is a Japanese game. It has its origins in Japan. Essentially, the difference being that the Japanese gave it different rules. Not different rules, it gave them additional rules. These rules being known more as win conditions. No way, is that wrong? Okay, just a pawn. It's about to say. It's about to say. I'm not discarding this tile. This is a suicide discard, is what this is. Interesting. So the 5 pins were okay to discard, based on what I'm seeing here, but I couldn't risk it. I really couldn't. If I discard any tile into that player's hand, it was over. So dragons are worth collecting. So I'm probably gonna never discard dragons first anymore, because they're worth something. And so is my seat wind. Daryl, don't worry. I always tell people on my stream, or whenever I stream Mahjong, that I don't really understand Yaku's, which is, I know how to play Mahjong, like I know the basic rules, but I don't understand the second layer of it that is associated with Riichi Mahjong. But that's what I find so fun and fascinating about it. Nice. Have you ever considered learning Chinese, or are you sticking with Spanish and Japanese? I don't know if I could ever learn Chinese properly. I can try. The biggest thing about Chinese is that the two biggest thing about it, or the biggest thing I can think of about it, is that the fact that it's a shared writing system between Cantonese and Mandarin. So each character you write down, depending on if you want to pronounce it in Cantonese or Mandarin, will have its own pronunciation. I personally speak Cantonese, not Mandarin. Makes things slightly more difficult for me at times. I'll be honest, I wasn't paying attention. I practically just gave up my hand. Like, this hand is worthless at this point. Simplified and traditional Chinese. That's actually its own thing on top of that. On top of everything we've talked about, it's its own thing as well. Where I can barely read simplified. I don't even dabble in traditional Chinese. I forget why they exist like that, but if my memory isn't the worst. If my memory isn't the worst, it's because I think traditional is just the older way of writing. It's either the older way, or it was used by the imperial magistrates back in the day. One of those two reasons, I believe. I can't really remember off the top of my head. Man, oh man. That's a solid third place. Wow. Interesting. I actually don't know many people that use traditional these days. I think even like the newspaper is simplified. Maybe there's specific places, like specific newspaper that uses traditional still, but I think, if I might be mistaken, but I think it's all simplified nowadays. Probably. I mean, I wouldn't doubt that. I'm not gonna say yes or no to that because I just simply don't know. I can say probably because that sounds entirely reasonable. Primal Fire? I don't know what that means. Oh, it's a title. No title. They have the Primal Fire title. And they have a whole different character to play with. Damn. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Okay. If we can draw a 7-mon tile, that would be pretty sweet, not gonna lie. Or, you know, do that. Why not? I wouldn't put them in the same boat, Daryl. I would not put them in the same boat. Kanji in Japanese is used more for context. simplified and traditional are completely separate things. It's pretty much different ways of writing the same word. There's no extra context meaning or anything like that. Okay, that's dangerous. Skip it. Keep my hand concealed. Arguably, on this type of topic, I would say yes. A thing to remember is that to them in their writing languages, it's just words. I mean, it's like growing up in the Americas or learning English, for example. You grow up with the alphabet and then learning how to write words, right? It's not like there's any other steps, really. To them, that's just their words. So that's why I said I wouldn't doubt if the Chinese would learn both traditional and simplified. But I just don't know. I just don't know how their education system is. So ultimately, I can't say one way or the other. What can I discard here? So the safe discards. But this... Yeah, I was about to say, at this point, I was hoping someone else is going to take the win. Pretty sure this hand was worth a fair bit. Pretty sure. I'm north wind, so don't really care about south wind. Yeah. I'm not gonna say anything about topics I have zero understanding on. I can only rely back on my own personal experience and stuff, so things like how they teach in China and what they teach in China more importantly, I just don't know. I don't have relatives I keep in contact with in China. I don't have friends I keep in contact with who studied in China, so I just can't say. Never asked, never bothered to ask actually. It just isn't in my field of interest. If I had to say anything, it's like, is Chinese an interesting language to learn, or does it pique my interest to learn? Kinda. I did take classes way back in the day, but me being, the more wildly active person, Scissor 7, I do not, unfortunately, Daryl. Sorry. I don't know many shows, so I can be honest with you in the sense that I have no idea what Scissor 7s would even be about. Oh ho, music change. Interesting. Hey, they finally got their revenge. Probably would to find this on like something like my anime list then if it's an anime. Found it. Action, comedy, drama, martial arts, mystery, romance, superpower. I see. From 2018. I'm honestly not sure how much I would like it. Oh, don't worry about that, Daryl. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. I'm not picky about questions. All questions are worthy to be answered. Or how does that saying go? There's no stupid question, only stupid answers. Something like that. Something like that. Explain, Daryl. Explain. No, your comment about English being a broken language. Tonks, you're not wrong. But I asked for an explanation mainly because I kind of understand why English is such a interesting yet frustrating language. Because I study linguistics, so I study the history on how language comes to be. So, so in my field, I'm always curious about things because we don't have all the answers. I definitely don't have all the answers, by the way. I'm studying it, so I'm looking for answers. So when people make claims like, thing is a weird or broken language, then I'd like to know the reasoning behind it. Because we pronounce lots of things the same, but they can have different meanings. We shorten sentences by combining certain words into one, which can be hard for non-native. Daryl, every language has that. I don't know if you are just a monolingual speaker of sorts, but every language shortens things, and it becomes completely incomprehensible for people who don't know the language, or even people who do know the language. How many times have you heard someone say something, and then someone else who's also a native speaker will immediately ask them, "What'd you just say? Can you repeat that? What are you trying to say to me? What are you saying?" It's normal. This is what you're saying here is normal, and it happens to every language in the world. It's not a specific occurrence for English alone. In terms of pronouncing words the same way, but having different meanings, that's also not unique to English. In fact, Japanese is a big offender of this in that sense. It's interesting because English being a language that's based on word positioning in a sentence, because English is a language that is it's hard coded. Is my way of saying that words have their position in English, and they're not freely changeable. Oh my. Thank goodness that wasn't me. Oh, you know what? I could have gotten more points if I just didn't wait on the 7 and wait on the 3-6 because that's a 3. I know I was just saying about English because it's the only language I'm like 95% fluent in. Fair. I think every fluent speakers of their native language will say the same thing, Daryl. Like, they'll all say the same thing. Yeah, my language is like super weird, and I can tell you this right now. It's because all of us have a built-in grammar system that we learn growing up. It's something you don't question. It's just something you don't question at all. It's inherent in your brain because you learn it growing up, and it's something that you pick up when you're a young child, and you're repeating what the teacher says, and then when you're trying to express yourself in ways you don't understand, you start trying to create new words, create new phrases, create new things, using different suffixes, different affixes, based on other words you've heard previously. And that's just how the brain slowly develops its own grammatical context, its own library of how grammar works. And then we'll slowly refine that through teachers and adults correcting us. So like, when we learn the plural of a noun is using the s suffix in English. One of the big things is, as a kid, you'll start adding s to everything when you want to imply the meaning more than one in English. And that's fine. That's absolutely fine. Totally, absolutely fine. I made a mistake in describing my seat wind tile, and I would have drawn a second one, and now I'm sad. I feel like English is a language that you can slander to the point it sounds like any other language, but you can still get your point across. Yes and no. I get what you're trying to say, but at the end of the day, no. But then again, you have to ask yourself, how far of a departure are you looking at in terms of saying another language? Because in English, a lot of words are borrowed from Latin. Are we speaking Latin? No. We have borrowed words from Spanish, from French. We're not speaking French. We're still speaking English. We just borrowed the words. We absolutely have words from other languages in English. So actually was looking for that. Okay, it's not that big of a hand. Pretty standard. A lot of communication isn't also, by the way, just oral or verbal. A lot of it's also visual when it comes to communicating with one another. So you still also have to keep that in mind. I'm losing my focus at this point in the night at 3:47 a.m. So after this match, I'm probably just gonna head off to bed. Actually, don't get offended when I say this, but some people, a big portion of black people, are probably not gonna understand. That's called dialects. That's I would say choose your words more wisely. I'm not gonna get offended by that. No, we studied that. That's just a topic of study. Because that is a thing. It's not like it's not a thing. That is absolutely a thing. Of course, you're gonna be able to understand them. It's barely a departure from the actual language in itself. I mean, people can be stubborn and say, "I don't understand what you're saying," but that's not true. They probably do understand what they're saying. That is how language works. It's stuff like that is just dialects. It's like when I say the word y'all. I'm just contracting you all into one word, y'all. But that's not standard English. That's not standard English at all. But the fact of the matter is, people still understand when you say y'all. Or how about this example? I ask you a question. Do you understand me when I say when I say the phrase I ask you a question? In your brain, I would argue you autocorrected that to me saying I asked you a question, right? Because that, to normal English speakers, that makes the most sense. I asked someone a question. Instead, I said I asked you a question, or I asked someone a question. That is what I actually said. Did that come across properly, though? Did that come across properly to the listener? Probably someone with keen ears did a double take and was like, "What did you just say?" Please don't be waiting for that. Good. It is simply how language works. It's not like anything's unique or like special about it. They're not exceptions. That is quite frankly how a language works. Think of our black animals that grew up in a home. Well, here's the thing, Daryl. What's considered proper English? Do you consider people in the white community proper English? Why? Ask yourself, why is that proper English, first and foremost? Because they said so? So now, those people that you're listening to, they're the ultimate rule makers then. Why couldn't brother, for example, be proper English? I mean, technically speaking, brother in English isn't wrong of a word. Why isn't it wrong? Everyone knows it's brother, right? Well, that's just the commonly accepted term. But brother in English is a term used to identify a person who is a male sibling of yours. That's all brother means. And guess what? Brother means the same thing too. I'm just saying, brother in this context means the same thing. Knowing that, what makes brother the more officially accepted term? Well, school, really. School. It's what's taught, right? It's what's taught in a classroom setting. It's what's taught and used in a dictionary setting. Quite like the Oxford Dictionary, for example, to take that as an example here. It's simply what's used and taught to other people. That's why it's considered proper English. But even then, doesn't matter. Why doesn't it matter? Well, have you heard the accents of English speakers down south? In in America, you have the Boston speakers, the New Yorker speakers. You have people in Alabama who speaks differently too. And people in different states will speak slightly differently because of their accents. But it's also those accents that causes words to sound different to other people. Like when you say brother, that's simply an accent. When you write that out, it's still brother. You can write that out and say, oh, they're saying brother, or however you wish to say it. Now I people consider proper English, but when I'm speaking casually, I speak non-proper English. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though. You're assuming there's a proper English. For us linguists, it's one of those things where it's like, we understand that people will think proper English being the dictionary terms in something like the Oxford Dictionary. But ultimately, that's not what we care about. Because what matters is what's shown in society. What doesn't matter is what people will just assume. We don't care about assumptions. We don't care about what people assume. We care about what's in society. Go speak with a New Yorker. They have heavy accents that speak what they consider to be proper English. They're taught that. They're taught that way of speaking. But guess what? When they write it down on paper, it's normal. Completely normal. I know, like, a lot of people on Twitter, for example, who are like speak English and they type English, but they do it in an Irish accent, for example. To get that accent across, they have all these funny different ways of spelling the words, right? It's completely understandable by English speakers. Completely understandable. It's not like we don't understand what they're saying. In fact, we understand to the point where we understand that the funny way of spelling that they're showing us is specifically a way to represent accents. Now, you can say, you say more correct. I'm trying to get you to move away from that mentality because there is no more correct. There is just a more accepted pronunciation within a certain community, which is totally fair. That's just how it is. You have your own social circles. It's you, your close friends, your family, your community. What is this hand? I'm Southwind. Let's get rid of these. Your workplace, the internet, for example, as well. You have all these different connections at different levels. I'm assuming you're a lot closer with your family than a random stranger, or even your neighbors, or even a random person you're talking to online. But depending on which circle you have, that can determine what's more used. I keep on using the word correct. By correct, I mean used a lot. Exactly. But the connotations, the implied meaning behind the word correct is very different. It has a lot of different meanings, which should not be associated with what you're trying to imply. And I want to point that out because it's these differences and these meanings that should be avoided. Holy. Baimon. It's been a while. Oh, I shouldn't have to start east. I say this because when talking to other people, when you keep using the word stuff like correct, it creates an implied understanding for the listener, for the person on the receiving end. When I hear correct, for example, I think the dictionary term or the versions taught in a British school setting, and I specify a British school setting because English is natively from Britain, England. But that's not the way you're using it, assumably. But without very specific context and you correcting what you're trying to say, I wouldn't get that. So that's what I'm trying to say here. Although for you it might be perfectly fine, and to you it makes perfect sense, but for the listener, how much sense is it actually making? How much proper sense am I actually getting out of it? That's definitely something to keep in mind when saying things like these, because context is very important in everything we say, everything we do. Context matters. I don't know how to get my point across. By correct, I mean openly accepted by the people around me. Right. Daryl, that is exactly all you need to say. Exactly. And I understand that now, based on what you've said thus far. You said, correct. My thought immediately went to the dictionary or school setting, but now you're rephrasing yourself, not correcting yourself, to your own dictionary, to your own understanding of how you would go about saying things. Using the term correct is perfectly fine, which is perfectly fine. Normally. But this isn't normal. You're speaking with someone you've never spoken to before. Me. I'm assuming I've never spoken to you prior to me meeting you on YouTube. Which means I require a little more context compared to who you're normally talking with. And now you're giving it to me, which is perfect. This is what language is used for. This is what I mean when I say trying to express yourself and to be more careful with your words. Because now you're being very careful with your words. You're giving me the full explanations and everything. Right. And that is, as I was talking about a little earlier, with your different social circles and how you wouldn't talk to your parents like you would your neighbors or a total stranger, unless you treat your parents as total strangers, in which case, I'm sorry for talking about anything like that. I will not pry further into your family. But, like, I guess your friends, you wouldn't talk to your friends like you would your boss, for example, unless your boss is your friend. In which case, cool. But, yeah. And that's the thing. Everyone's like that. Everyone has their own different levels of terminologies that they're willing to share based on who they're talking with, right? With me and my friends, there's a lot more shouting, a lot more talking at each other on topics that we enjoy, that we know we enjoy, and things we will try to get to each other. And that's the beauty of talking with friends like that. For me, I like to say I have no filter in what I say, but that's not true. I have a massive filter. I won't say things that can be strewed as controversial, and when I do, I would apologize for it because I feel like I'm overstepping my bounds in that case. I like to keep things calm. I don't like to have things heated up. Sumo. It just comes from my own method of just doing things like this. It's nothing special. Yeah, exactly. So for you, you have that kind of connection with your mother, for example. That's cool. That's cool. Alright, let's get the food out of here. Alright, let's pop up the schedule. Yeah, morning class in 7 hours. It is time for Spanish lessons. So that should be fun. That should be very fun. Yeah, I just popped the schedule. I'm pretty much done playing Mahjong for the night. But about our talk about, you know, are those so different level of engagement with people surrounding us. That is, this is actually what we talk about in a class known as sociolinguistics. I'll repeat myself: sociolinguistics. And the topics we've touched upon all fall under this category. That's simply how this is. Yeah, we studied this kind of stuff, and we touch on topics like languages, like what kind of language do we use with who, and to some people, it may sound like we all have, we're all acting, one might say. We all have different personalities, but really, it's just us accommodating the social norms that are ingrained in society that we have to abide by, right? Like, with a coworker, I can be friendly with them, sure. I could be friends with them which is a possibility, but specifically speaking, don't mix and match, right? I see what you're talking about. Something in one perspective, you look at the situation from all angles / perspectives. Yeah, I would say that's a good way of looking at it. For me, I try to look at things from as many different angles as possible, from that I can understand. And that's because, ultimately for me, I like to break things down to the point where I can understand it. And then once I can understand it, I like to break it further. Why do I like to break it further? It's because by breaking it further, I can then reciprocate and explain in a very simple way for others. And hopefully, in such a simple way, they can understand it through their perspective. It's a perspectives game, really. Different people with different lenses, different ways of looking at things. It's difficult to properly communicate the exact thing you want to say, right? And that comes from entirely the fact that we all have our own unique experiences and our own unique knowledge, which plays a part in communication, because different words can mean many different things. Not just the one thing that one might think it means. language is an ever evolving thing. Like the saying, two heads are better than one. Yeah, totally agree. Obviously, people will, play devil's advocate or sass about that phrase and be like, well, about these specific situations where two heads aren't better than one. In which case, well, yeah, congrats, you found the exceptions. What do you want, a cookie? Here, have a cookie. Let me kill off Mahjong Soul, so I can just close this for now. It's fine. Yeah. Now, it's in the field of linguistics where we talk about things like this, and it's definitely a fun topic when one decides to be open about it. The biggest thing I can only ever ask other people will always be, try to be more open about things. Try to be more understanding about things. And it's funny because I've said two things just now, two different things, but they hold the same meaning to me. To other people, they might be questioning what I mean. For me, just be more level-headed. Be more accepting of different things. Different words. Different meanings. And, yeah. I don't know much about linguistics, but I get what you're saying. Thank you. Thank you. I'm happy. Like, things like this I'm happy about, because I've managed to convey what I wanted to say to you, and you've accepted it. You've understood it, and you say you get it. I'm happy about that. With that being said, thank you very much for dropping by my stream. Thank you everyone who has dropped by my stream tonight. It's been a fun night. I had friends in Discord, had a nice chat. And boy was it fun. Like, boy was this fun. Then I played more Mahjong, focused a little bit more on Mahjong, and somehow talked a little bit about linguistics. I know at one point when I said explain to you, Daryl, I was a little strong on the way I've tried asking that. So if anything, I would apologize because I realized I came out a little strong there with my wording. So I didn't mean for that to sound as demanding as it was. I meant more like, please explain your thoughts. But it came out as simply explain, which is a little more on like a command rather than a question. But hopefully you didn't take offense to that. Yeah, no, thank you for showing up, Tonks. Great to meet you. Hopefully I get to see you again. As you can see with my schedule, tomorrow I only have Spanish set up, but lately I've just been feeling free about myself. So if I feel like streaming at night, then I'll do a late night stream. Otherwise, it's just gonna be that one stream. No, I'm used to people being blunt. It's 2020. I wish people could take a hit emotionally without being offended. Yeah. I could talk to you about stuff like this all day long, but that's not what I'm here for, unfortunately. Perhaps another stream. Alright. Thank you. You too. Have a good night, everyone. I'm clocking out mentally. Good night.